Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. So our question for today is, Malaysia is promoting agriculture-related tourism, or to be put simply, agro-tourism. How would you help in this promotion? So, firstly, I am the moderator, Aida, and then we have the jovial Kai Tong, who will be talking about the role of society and mass media. And then we have the sweet Kalis at the other end, who will be talking about the role of schools and individuals, right? And then we have the handsome Haziq, who will be talking about the role of government in promoting agro-tourism in Malaysia. So, for the uninitiated, agriculture is the science or practice of farming. So in Malaysia, agriculture is a sector or industry that is very important in our progress as a nation, because we all know that Malaysia we are rich in our natural resources. So Malaysia, if you look at it logically, we are a developed nation in terms of agriculture, and we are also one of the most popular tourist spots in Southeast Asia. So agriculture brings a lot of profit to the country, and so does tourism. So if you look at it logically, if you merge the two sectors, agro-tourism, shouldn't it be one of the reasons our country can move forward by now, if we merge the two things? So we, the whole team, believe that agro-tourism does not receive much support from the society, and that's why it is not considered the main industry that can bring profit to the country. For example, for the agricultural sector, we have MAHA, or the Malaysian Agriculture and Horticulture Association, and for tourism, we have the Malaysian Tourism Fair. But why don't we have a fair or a festival or an occasion every year or a conference that promotes agro-tourism? So today, we will discuss on how we, as a society, as the individual, as the entrepreneurs of agriculture themselves, and as the government, how we can promote agro-tourism not only among the Malaysian society, but also on the global frontier. So I will proceed with Kalis.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about school rules on what school rules on what they should have done to promote this agro-tourism in Malaysia. So I think basically students nowadays, they don't like to get involved in agriculture because they think it is not a sector that will bring more profit to them. Maybe they choose the higher careers such as doctors, scientists, so they can have a lot of income. That's what they're thinking about. But they don't know that agriculture is actually a sector that can also bring profit if it is manifested correctly. So I think the school, which is involve teachers and students and principal itself, teachers should encourage their students to maybe have their own projects from their own class, put on their thinking cap on what to do to promote their agriculture to tourists. So maybe they can come up with an idea, such as they plant a hydroponic plant, just tomatoes or eggplants, and they make profit from it. So they can sell it. They can also sell the profit from the hydroponic project to other schools, so that other school will notice their school, and that will be a form of tourism to them. So then they could also make it a hot spot. For example, they plant a rare plant that is not in other school, such as strawberries. Maybe they can have their own incubator to plant the rare plant. Yeah. And others will wonder how could they make it like that? How could they come up with such project? And some of the students from other school or teachers, they will maybe observe the school that have come up with a project of hydroponic plants. Yeah. And then they will observe, and they will also try to bring it to their own school and try to make the project in their own school.
what you're saying is like Cameron Highlands, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
only Pahang has strawberries, so other states don't have. So citizens from other states, they travel to Cameron Highlands.
Yeah,
and this
they
will
wanna
bring...
watch the-
Oh yeah. I see.
And I think you shouldn't forget about Kulasang.
Kulasang, yes.
And Fraser Hill.
Fraser
Yeah,
Hill.
Fraser Hills.
It's also one of the main tourist hotspots, right, for agriculture. They come there every year to watch and also to have a taste, to experience the real taste of the plant from
Fresh.
fresh, I mean the
Off
fresh
the
plant. Yeah. So in the school, maybe the teachers should come up with a project and encourages their students to carry out the project. Maybe from each class they will do that. From individuals, we should give support to the school and play a role. Do not be selfish. And we also have to not be selfish. And try to maybe make a website to promote their own school to other schools. So they will notice their own school and it will be a tourism hotspot if they play it correctly, I think.
Next, we will move on to Kaitong.
Thank you. Okay, through the society, we can introduce the places which is implementing the agriculture tourism or agro-tourism like Fraser Hill, Cameron Highlands and Kundasang to our friends and also the family.
Also,
So I think we can organize trip.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be more
That's
fun,
true.
right? It won't
Okay.
be boring.
For example, my school, we have exchange students. So the school will hold trips to these agro-tourist spots, and the exchange students, they will go and tell their friends back in their country, right? So it'll
Yeah.
expose them more.
And they will also know Malaysia through the
Okay.
agriculture tourism.
Yeah.
Society.
So how can society promote agro-tourism?
Yeah.
Through social media.
Through social media.
Yeah.
Okay, we can give the benefits and the importance of the agro-tourism through the mass media, such as radios, newspapers, televisions, booklets, pamphlets, and others. This can cultivate the awareness among the nation inhabitants because the agro-tourism is very significant nowadays,
Yeah.
and it can increase the productivity and also brings a lot of advantages to our country.
Yeah. Because mass media is a really important,
Yeah, really important.
important part of
Mass
Malaysian
media
life.
is
I mean,
actually-
everyone reads.
It contributes to country's economy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually the strongest influence, I think.
Strongest
Yeah.
influence in
Because
society.
everybody just focus on the technology and they maybe learn a lot from it.
Information at the tip of our finger.
Yeah, just fingers touch.
Do you want to add anything else, Kaiju?
I think I can add later.
Okay. Now moving on to Haziq.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. So I'll be talking about the government. First of all, government have the biggest part in promoting and encourage its citizen about agritourism. First of all, I would like to take the word of our former Prime Minister Tun Abdullah Ahmad Badawi. They have said to achieve the vision of 2020, he had urged our country to put agriculture on the first place on our economy sector. So now in our during Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Najib administration, we can see that he balanced the economy sector in Malaysia. He balanced the industry and the tourism, and also with agriculture. So if we put agriculture and tourism together, we can achieve something that more profitable to the country. So first of all, the first thing that government should do is government should provide the farmers with enough equipment, with enough financial support, so they can grow their farms, they can grow their agriculture. Then when they have enough equipments, enough facilities, so they can do the agritourism. Let's take example like in Mardi Serdang. Mardi Serdang is a place, a park that is provided by the Malaysian government, Ministry of Agriculture, for its citizen, and be managed by the University of Putra Malaysia, and it is become a spot of agritourism because it has a farm, innovation of farm, and then when it's managed by a university, there is innovation will be happen every time, because agritourism is not only about agriculture, it's also about tourism. And tourism when is about encourage the tourists to come to that place. And agriculture, for agriculture, we need to reinvent, to innovation something. So it will be so the tourists will be loved, will be interested, will be keen to see the
Yeah.
the agriculture. So and, furthermore, for what I have seen, Malaysia is a strategic country because we have so much enough farming land in Malaysia. We have Kundasang, Fraser Hills, and Cameron Highlands, and I can see that the place is very enough for we to do agritourism. And Malaysia have a suitable weather, that may help agritourism. It's not too hot and it's not too cold.
The perfect climate.
Yes, the perfect climate.
for both agriculture and tourism. So
But also agriculture, I mean the paddy field in Kedah and Perlis, that also counts as agriculture, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they get more advantages from that, the people there. Maybe.
Just let me just took an example because the tourists love to take photos at the paddy field because it look magnificent.
Yeah.
So like this is become a tourist spot in Langkawi or in Kedah because the paddy field is very big and very
Wide.
very wide, and so the view is very nice. That's why the tourists from the outside, from the foreign country, love to see the Malaysian.
these days, for your information, one of the factors that tourists look at when they want to come to a place is how Instagram worthy that place is.
Yeah.
Like there is an actual ranking, country ranking. So that's very important, and I think that we have beautiful landscapes in our
Yes.
country, right?
Yes, you know, the Instagrammers, they like the attention. They like a nice place to take, and I think Malaysia is one of the best places.
We have such beautiful landscapes, and since teenagers nowadays like to involve in technologies really much, maybe they can viral it. Maybe they take a photo in the paddy field and then they viral it on the Instagram, and maybe others, tourists from other countries, will happen to see it if they edit it correctly. But to show the beautiful of Malaysia.
Just now, Haziq touched on how some people misunderstand agrotourism. So I'd like to clarify a bit. Ecotourism and agrotourism are two very different things. Ecotourism is about landscape and
Environment.
nature, environment like our beaches, our ocean. But agrotourism is when tourists come to a place because of the agricultural activity there. Okay.
Focus on plants.
Yeah, focus on not really.
Plants and
Focus
crops.
on plants and
With
Agriculture,
crops,
crops.
and agriculture is an industry, is a sector that puts a lot of money into Malaysia's coffers, and so is tourism. So, I mean, if you look at it logically, if both are merged, it should make our country a developed country right now. So this is because it does not. This happens because it does not get enough support from
the
society.
government.
And why do you think people these days don't pay much attention? People are not exposed to agrotourism.
First of all, I think because the government doesn't put much, doesn't put
Spotlight
enough
on.
support, the effort to encourage agritourism. Let's see, because now we can see when we scroll through in the social media, we cannot see any advertisement about agritourism. It's very hard to see the agritourism advertisement. But if you go to any place like ecotourism place or any fun fair, something like entertaining or tourism, they will like it, like ICT, like
Water
Bukit
theme park.
Bukit theme park.
It gets more
If you scroll through
attention.
social media, you can see ads on Malaysian theme parks, but there's no ads on
Agritourism,
agritourism sites. What about you, Kai Chong? Why do you think you yourself
What should you do?
don't know much about agrotourism before
Agrotourism.
before we did research?
I think the agriculture tourism, I think it makes a lot of models.
There's more
Models.
models.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like how Kali said in the beginning, how students these days, especially millennials, the younger generation, they think that agriculture is boring. So I think that is because they misunderstand, they do not receive enough education. When students when they see the word agriculture, they immediately think of paddy plants, hot weather, machines,
Scorching
no
sun.
money,
And getting dirty
scorching sun.
hands.
When in reality, agriculture, you can be an engineer in agriculture, you can be on the marketing team, there are a
The
lot of
research
jobs.
team.
It's a
Yes.
wide, it's a wide
Occupation,
sector,
wide
yeah,
field.
a lot of
Fields.
occupations.
Yeah.
Okay, it's stated very clearly here that Malaysia is promoting.
Yes.
That means our government is promoting agriculture-related tourism.
Yes.
And the point is how would you help in this promotion? How would you help in this promotion? There's a point here, right?
Okay.
So, being students with different background and all that. So, how think you can help in this promotion?
How we can help. Firstly, I myself, for example, like I said before, my school, we have exchange students, and we bring them to places such as Cameron Highlands and Genting Highlands, so that they will be exposed to the beautiful landscape, the beautiful agricultural activity in Malaysia. And when they go back, they will post pictures on Instagram and such. This is a very beautiful place, this is a nice place, all my friends should go there. So, of course, the first thing is the social media platform, because it can reach a wide audience, and that is the main communication medium between teenagers. So, what about you, Kaisong? What about in terms of family, such as when your family asks you, where do you want to go for vacation? What would
I
you
would
say?
probably suggest go to the tourism of
Agritourism.
agriculture, right?
Instead
Maybe we
of
should change
going-
our mind. Instead of going to the water theme park, maybe on some holidays we
Go to
go
Cameron
to
Highlands.
Cameron
You
Highlands.
can feel
the
It's
nature,
a fun
right?
place.
And we should also try to try to develop a feeling of, I want to
Yeah.
learn about this, I
Yes.
want to,
So when you go to the Cameron Highlands, maybe you can get a new experience.
new experience.
You can feel the nature and enjoy the leisure time.
It's a calm place. So.
Yeah.
So for me, I think as a science school, my school recently have do research, cooperative research with UPM last year. So our Form 5 students cooperate with UPM doing a research about hydroponics, hydroponic projects, and lecturers from the UPM come to our school and they teach our student how to do hydroponic, and then
they showed
and-
exhibits.
exhibits it, and then now this year our school have its own hydroponics farm, about a small one but not the big one. Okay, and for me, if the university, the alma mater, encourage the students to come, encourage the student to the agritourism with agriculture, maybe they will love the agritourism one day.
The students
Because-
themselves, they should also want to participate.
Yeah,
right?
want to participate. Because
for
it's a must for student to learn a new thing.
Yeah.
In our age, we want to learn a new thing, and then I think the agriculture is something that rare, that doesn't rarely teach in our syllabus.
Yeah.
So there is a good opportunity for us to learn the new thing, such as agriculture, and maybe we can put it with tourism, with trip, with school trip.
I mean, organizing school trips to places.
And
Yeah.
the students, they should participate, they should
We
should
contribute.
give support.
Yeah, they should support the
Okay. So that
programs.
is where school is concerned. Okay, what about at home?
at home.
Do you think
Yeah,
there is any
because
way that you
everything
can
starts at
promote?
home.
With our family.
I mean, you might want to try out at home. That is
Agriculture,
also
yeah.
promoting.
Agritourism.
Agritourism.
Yeah.
All right. What can we learn from successful other countries agrotourism? What can we learn from them that we can apply here?
Firstly, we can learn that. Firstly, of course, we can learn that agrotourism, it can lead to social and economic success of a country. So that's why the society, the government, we should all shine a brighter spotlight on agrotourism in Malaysia. What about you?
I think if we look to the Indonesia, our neighbor country, we can see that agritourism have put so much profit to its country, because Indonesia is a vast country, and then
it's quite
you
big.
can see usually the tourists will go to Java, because Java have the paddy field that on the hills, and it's very something that doesn't have in other countries.
Special.
It's
It's special for their country. Yes,
Padi
Padi Huma.
Malaysia.
So it means something that we can see that Indonesian government have implementing the agritourism to its own citizens before it's promoting to the other country. Because if we as a citizens cannot support our government,
we ourselves don't support them.
we don't support. So
Then we
maybe
don't get other support from the
we
country.
cannot support. We cannot achieve what we want.
I think another thing that we can learn is that if we widen the horizons of the agritourism sector, we can of course open more job opportunities, which will give our citizens more
To
job
involve in
opportunities.
this field.
Get involved in this field, and it may also lead to the decrease of unemployment
How can you do it on a small scale?
on a small
On
scale.
small scale.
Agritourism.
On a small scale as students or smallholder
As a
farmers
family.
as a family.
Yeah, as it's now starting from home, right?
Yeah, everything starts from home.
Yeah.
I think I just got an idea. Okay, you say that agritourism on a small scale. Let's imagine like in our neighborhood. Maybe in our neighborhood we can cooperate together with our neighbors to do a hydroponic projects, agriculture
can-
projects.
Which can not only benefit ours but the whole street.
the
You
whole
can also
street.
sell the
How is that tourism?
I mean the tourism. Okay, first of all, when we make a project and then we can promote it through social media. Promote our neighborhood. We'll make a website, and then we also sell the fresh fruit. Sell the fresh thing that we get from the agriculture, the farm that in our neighborhood. And when we do like that, so the other so we will be an example to the other neighborhood. So they will follow. When we follow this, so will be agriculture tourism will be something that in their mind that we become profit to the country.
The area will burgeon. It will develop into a known place where that agricultural activity is popular.
Popular.
that is quite a rare idea because not many neighborhoods in Malaysia have that kind of project, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
Maybe you can start one, and then the
Yeah.
other will follow.
think a small step.
Yeah, we start a whole agricultural industrial revolution.
Yeah. Because even our country, even our government, even our former prime minister have said agriculture is a sector that
Yeah.
have contribute
Because
so much
geographically,
profit.
our country is
Strategic.
capable.
Yeah.
It's capable of being that.
Maybe
It has
the-
potential.
The citizens haven't realized it yet.
Yeah.
Perfect weather, we have perfect government.
Beautiful landscapes,
yes.
agriculture, so many things for Malaysia.
You've talked about going to places like Fraser's Hill, Cameron
Yeah.
Islands
Yes.
Right.
to promote the tourism in there. You all at least you're studying in Negeri Sembilan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is the main agricultural activity in Negeri Sembilan?
Agriculture activity in Negeri Sembilan.
What is the thing that you see most of around you?
In Negeri Sembilan.
Yes, Kaisang?
What do you think, Aicha? Just
Oil palm.
Good. The oil palm, what is made out of from the palm oil? What do you get out of it?
We
Yeah,
can
you
import
get,
the
uh,
oil palm.
oil.
We can get
Cooking oil?
You can make soaps.
yeah,
Yeah.
Soaps,
salt,
right.
and also recently I read beauty products. You can make soaps. You can make
Then
lotions.
maybe
The
the
skincare
Organic skincare
Products,
products.
clay products.
So do you think that this can be used to promote tourism?
Negeri Sembilan,
Because-
yeah.
No, not just Negeri Sembilan, because this is something that
Malaysia.
is,
Yeah.
the question is what can you do, which is on a small scale. Can you take pictures of oil palm trees, send it to your friends and say, your soap actually comes from this. Oil that you're using actually comes from
Actually
this.
come from this.
And then
So-
they will be interested.
you want
and
to
maybe
see
they will
where this
try
thing
to-
Don't you
comes
want
from?
to see it? Don't you want to see it? Don't you
Yeah.
want to see the trees in there? So I mean, it's sort of, yes, what you're suggesting about hydroponics is good, but that will involve time, that will involve convincing the whole neighborhood to say, start on hydroponics. It's a good idea, but there are many steps that are involved in there.
Yeah.
Looking at, what is it that you already have that you can use to
Just
promote.
apply.
So, like you said, oil palm is one of those things. How can we promote agrotourism
So not
related to
besides oil palm, rubber estate,
Pineapple farm.
I want to share my experience today. I went to Maha last year. When I went to Maha, there is about a bio palm oil that it mixed with petrol. They become a biodiesel, bio oil.
Oh yeah. I read about it.
And it's used by the car, and it's more efficient than conventional petrol.
Oh yeah. Also, recently, if you read in the paper, you know, hotels, they have the little butter where if you want to spread butter on bread, and they have the little cups of butter. So recently they just realized that at the back of the butter, it will write, you can see there, not made with palm oil. So it's as if the companies that make the butter, they are looking down upon palm oil. They are saying that it is not healthy and not
So not
so recently it went viral on social media, and people are saying that okay, as Malaysians we should not have this kind of mentality. So they sent back the butter, and they are now trying to promote the benefits of oil palm. I think we should, whenever we see those kind of things, we should, of course, first we should check if it's correct or not. But then we should, of course, deny all those kinds of
Immoral
And all of this start with the student. The student, if they think that we must have doing research. If they like to doing research about something that if a student love to do research about palm oil, and we maybe can make something from the palm oil itself.
Even though students are only around 20% of the Malaysian population, but we are 100% of the future.
Yeah.
You are the future, and I think students are also very active. You mentioned about social media. Students are probably the more active ones on social media.
Unavoidable.
So this is where the
they are more
messaging-
focused on social media.
They are more focused on social media. This is where the social media can be used to promote
As a medium.
this thing like. But coming back to get your opinion, I mean, as individuals you can do it. As a group, as you said, your neighborhood also you can try to do it. It involves more effort. But do you think that what are the other agencies that are involved? Because we promote Cameron Highlands for their strawberries, for the flowers and so on. But we never promote palm. We never promote rubber. We never promote the pineapples that we grow.
Of course, NGOs such as travel agencies, instead of putting theme parks in their itineraries, they should put palm oil plantations and other agro-tourism sites. Besides that,
I think because about 100 years ago, Malaysian is a place where the British love to plant the rubber in Malaysia, rubber plantation. So if now we can see some product from the other country, they will say, maybe like a tire, like something like soaps or bottle, they will say made in USA. So maybe we can promote it's made from Malaysian rubber. So we can promote our quality rubber to the other country, to the local product. We promote our local product, our quality to the other country. So it will encourage.
It will also increase the FDI of the country, where other countries will invest in our in the
investment for
the
plantation.
Investments.
I think nothing else to add.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you want to close?
Do you want to sort of
Summarize?
That's all?
summarize
Do you have
any
anything to add?
conclusion that you have?
I think I want to
Conclude.
just a bit. I think this all start from us, and we as a citizen of Malaysia, we should have our national identity, to love our country, to have to believe that our country have do so much, and that's like what JFK have said. Don't think what your country have do to you, but
Think what you can do
for your country.
Very good.
The agriculture tourism got the potential to develop.
Yeah.
It has a lot of potential, but it needs a lot of effort, time, and
You bring a lot of
contribution
advantages to our
from
country.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.